Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Brandon, aka Brandasauresrex, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're doing a podcast. As you read in the title, Keeping It Kaiju. Shout out to Bjorn, aka Going Geek. He came up with the name for the podcast, and props to you, brother. I love you. Thank you so much. Props out to him. Go follow him on Instagram and all that stuff. So episode 1. I'm excited, man. I've been talking about this for a little while now, about this idea of doing a podcast. I've been talking about it with friends and family, and I put it out on the HBA Discord with the boys, just trying to get this idea going out there, because I don't know a lot of guys who are out here talking about kaiju stuff, in podcast form. I know there might be somebody out there, but I honestly don't really listen to podcasts. Oh, shit. I should have put that in there. I do listen to podcasts, but not everybody's podcast. I don't have a lot of time, as you guys know. Most of you guys should know, I am a newly founded father. So having time to do things like listen to a 5 or 6 hour, 3 hour podcast, not in the cards for me. It's not in the cards at all. But I thought, in between kidnaps and stuff like that and days off of work, or when I am working, I could easily just slip into a quick podcast mode and just shoot the shit with the boys. So I know I was trying to get a co-host or someone to collaborate and talk off of with, but I guess the first episode is just going to be me talking into the void. Void. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be this annoying. So I wanted to quickly talk about these Godzilla vs. Kong trailers, because we have 3 of them now with a bunch of TV spots. I'm not going to talk about the TV spots, because the TV spots are literally just hype for the first trailer, so there's no real reason to really check it out. So I'm going to be talking about the first trailer, the Japanese trailer, pretty much the same trailer, and then we're going to be talking about the new third trailer. I'm going to try to keep this one short and contained, and then maybe we'll branch into the longer episodes as we keep going, but I never wanted to start this idea with these long-winded 3-hour adventures, I don't want to take you guys on that kind of journey this early in the podcast game, So let's stop talking all this nonsense, and then let's get into it. Let's talk about the trailers. So the first trailer, man. Spoiler warning, if you guys don't know already. I'm going to put a big, huge spoiler thing here. If you guys do not want anything spoiled for you, I do have some kind of insight when it comes down to toy leaks and things like that have come to my knowledge that I will be discussing, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So if you guys don't want to talk about this, or you don't want to know anything about Godzilla vs. Kong, by all means, skip this episode. I'll have another episode where I talk about it, or I talk about stuff, other things related, and I will understand. But give it a like, man. Thumbs up, throw a comment in there. Let me know. Let me know that you guys still support me. I'm so stupid. So first thing in the trailer that you see is clearly without a shadow of a doubt, we're going into spoilers, boys, Mechagodzilla. You see him wrecking a town. I'm assuming this is some kind of China or maybe Japan. Jesus, don't call me a racist, guys. I don't know where the end of the movie. I've heard rumors that it's supposed to take place in Japan and also Hong Kong, so I'm kind of flipping. I don't know where the end of the movie takes place, but I believe this might be Hong Kong, and I believe the other area in the end of the movie the end of the trailer with the lights is Japan. But so I have a theory that Mechagodzilla is going to be technically, yes. The first thing that we see in the trailer is Mechagodzilla. But I also have this theory that he's going to be something that is assembled not like a transformer, but the way a big the bigger combiner transformers are made. God, I know nothing about transformers, barely. But I feel like he's going to be one of those that's how he's going to be assembled. And basically we're watching the assembly of Mechagodzilla right here. He shoots out of the mountain, he blasts into the city, and he's going to form himself into a Mechagodzilla, if that makes sense. Then the next shot is clearly just a shot of Mechagodzilla. I don't know how some people thought this was Godzilla. It's red, it's silver. You can see it if you're just paying attention. It's just Mechagodzilla, man. I love this like specific rim-esque colors too that's going on here. I'm gonna be jumping around a lot, so my brain is like scatterbrained when it comes down to watching this trailer. I just like lose my shit and just become a whole child. So I'm gonna be honest with you. This trailer just gets me. I watch it frequently. I'm gonna be honest with you. So yeah, so I love these like specific rim-esque colors, like a lot of the blue, the reds, the purples, like very. I'm loving the color palette for this movie because the first movie was very gray. Second movie was very, very, very dark. It still looked good, but very dark. A lot of good color shots that were put in, but I feel like a lot of the color only came from like kaiju's doing things like Godzilla dorsal plates, Mothra's lights, Rodan's fire, or Ghidorah's lightning. Like it wasn't like there was color everywhere. Like the movie didn't have color. It felt like a pretty dark movie. So yeah, so I'm glad to see color back in this. And then here we go. First shot of the new and improved Kong baby. Same Kong from obviously Skull Island, but he is bigger, beefier, smarter, more of a Chad, Alpha Chad Kong here, looking like the bro he always meant to be. I don't know what no idea where I was going with that, but there you go. So, yeah, looking cool, taking a brief nap on a boat. Pretty cool. The shot looks nice. Don't know how that boat is supporting his weight. Someone explain it. If you know, please let me know in the comments. That'd be cool. Are these like boats dedicated to moving kaiju around or something like that? Is that what's happening? I don't know. Because that looks like a pretty large boat, and Kong should be pretty heavy, so not sure if that makes sense. All right, so this shot of Kong with the people on the boat, so cool, so interesting. Just another tidbit that I just want to talk about. Just him like sitting on the boat, and these people just like looking at him in awe. Like, dude, that thing is huge. Like Kong could easily kill every single one of them. I wonder if it is going to be this this girl. I don't know any character names yet. I haven't really looked into doing too many spoiler. Like I didn't want to ruin the whole movie for myself. But I wonder if this girl is the reason how they keep Kong quiet on the boat, like keep him contained and chill. But then also my other thing is she gonna make it through the whole movie? Like like with this trailer, it seems very apparent that, not apparent. It seems like to me like she was gonna die on the boat, and that was gonna give Kong his arc in the movie. Like, you know, he has to avenge the little girl. But then as we see in trailer 3, she's clearly alive later on in the movie. So, or there's another scene that we can possibly speculate is the end of the movie where Godzilla and Kong will be fighting. But pretty interesting. So I don't know. I originally thought this girl was gonna eat it. It seems like she's not. I guess not. Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about is right in the moment where Kong actually goes and like the little girl is like presenting the doll of Kong to Kong. He's actually holding what I'm assuming is the battle axe, because you can kind of see it glimpsed in the corner there. So I'm wondering if that is an indication that Kong's going to go into the Hollow Earth and then they're going to bring him out of the Hollow Earth with the axe, because I believe he's getting the axe from the Hollow Earth. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming. I'm just going to safely assume that that's where he's getting it from. I don't think he's actually going to pull a spine out of Godzilla's back. I think that's a little too R-rated for this movie. I feel like they're not going to go that far into making Kong that brutal, because if he's that brutal against Godzilla, then it might make him look like he's more of a bad guy. And also there's something in the trailer as well that but kind of like shows that like he might be getting it from somewhere else. So then there's like generic talking about people and the little girl and stuff like that I don't really care about. I really care about these kaiju shots. So not saying I don't care about the human story. I think human story is very important to this movie. To any Godzilla movie. I feel like the humans are very important, and they should be very important. If they're not important, then half of the movie will be useless, essentially. So this shot here of Kong reaching out to this little girl and essentially like just like touching hands with her, it's so cool. Like the level of scale to show that Kong is not the same beast that he was in Skull Island, and now he's like this huge, ferocious monster. Like he's big and girthy, like that's crazy. Like, he was able to hold, I forgot the girl's name from Skull Island. Sorry. The girl in her arm when he picked her up out of the water, and you saw that she was almost the size of his palm. But in this movie, like that little girl's like not even the size of his fingernail. Like that's character development right there. That is size developing right there. That man is going places. So I just think that just is so clever. Such a good way in the trailer to show that Kong is not exactly the same from the last time we saw him. Evolution has happened. And then the Hailmaker, the Holy Grail, Godzilla comes in to wreck shop, man. What a scary way to introduce Godzilla. Like, you're stuck on these boats and you know that Godzilla is coming. That is scary. And he's out for blood at this point. Like, that's a scary thing. Like, you're stuck in the middle of the ocean and Godzilla just shows up and he's like, I'm coming for you. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's an interesting idea. Like, a lot of times Godzilla movies will talk about the idea of Godzilla wrecking boats in the area, but they never really like show it like much. But this is like Godzilla going after battleships, and he's like taking out planes. And at first, I know a lot of people's theory that this was not Godzilla. This was Mecha Godzilla in disguise of Godzilla, like wearing like a skin suit or something like that. But no, I think this is Godzilla going full ham, ready to wreck Kong. Like, he is out there like, yo, y'all brought an alpha out of his territory and now he's in my territory. We are gonna throw hands. Like, he's like, nah, y'all disrespected me on the highest levels. Everybody's catching the fade. Everybody's catching hands. I am so stupid. I should be the voice of Godzilla. Come on, bro. It needs to happen. Somebody contact Legendary right now. Godzilla 4. Make it happen, baby. Make me Godzilla. Just... What am I talking about? All right, let's go back to talking about the stupid trailer. Oh, and then also, what the hell is this on Godzilla's? Not Godzilla, on Kong's neck. What is that? I know it's like a chain of some sort, collar that he's wearing, but what is the thing on the back of his neck? Like, if you look, there's like this little green canisters. At first, I heard a theory that it was that little berry juice that they use in a lot of the movies to knock him out. But I think it just might be knockout gas. I think it's just a liquid form of the gas. And then, like, if he gets out of line, it opens and sprays him, I guess. This shot, oh my God, the shot of Kong actively screaming into the water. Like, he knows what's coming. He knows that Godzilla's coming for him. He knows that basically he's screwed, but he has only one option, and that is to fight. That is such a cool thing. As we'll see later as we saw in the last trailer, Godzilla flips this boat over. It's going overboard, and Kong is going with it, which is insane. Like, the idea that Godzilla's just gonna purge out of the water like an alligator and flip the whole boat over. That's so cool. Like, who thinks of this? Like, see, this is why I love kaiju movies. Is because you can be so creative with the idea of these monsters. Like, they're not just, I'm gonna destroy a city. Like, they're motivated by different things. Man, I just, it's not a simple good guy, bad guy, always. There's always some deeper meaning behind things, and that's why I really appreciate kaiju movies. It's because of that twist. It's like, yeah, you could have a giant monster wrecking a city for like a half an hour, but there's also like these deeper, complex kaiju movies that like are so interesting, man. So interesting, of the idea of these two titans who are basically both good guys, and I'll put that in quotations because technically Godzilla also does wreck multiple cities in these movies. And he also kills plenty of people. Like, when he walks through that bridge, yeah, we ignore it, but like, we don't think about it. But in 2014, when he walks through that bridge, he killed a couple people. There was a lot of soldiers on that boat. And, let's be honest, there were a lot of people on the ground when Godzilla's knocking over these buildings and, killing the Mutos. Yeah, he saved the world, but how many people did he kill in the process, So that's an interesting thought, like we can think of Godzilla as this hero overall, but, not necessarily to everyone he's a hero. That's basically the whole premise of King of the Monsters, but, whatever. But I just think that's so cool, man. Just the idea that, Godzilla's like not exactly a good guy. Like he will turn on whoever threatens his reign as king, which is totally very animalistic in nature. Like if a dog or a lion or something like that doesn't like what's happening within its pack or pride or whatever you want to call it, it will turn on members to create peace in its habitation. So I think this is just Godzilla doing the exact same thing. And then the money shot, baby. Kong giving Godzilla the right hand of justice. Just laying it thick in his face, man. Like just like clear clocking him in the mouth, man. That's hard. That's heavy, man. Kong gave it everything he got. But my thing, and if you look, like Kong is clearly coming off, like he's doing it like almost like a rocket punch. Like he's absurd, like putting a lot of effort into this punch, and I think that this punch might not be enough to stop Godzilla, especially because of what we see in the second trailer. We'll get to that later. But it's very interesting to see that like that Kong is going to give it his all when he's fighting Godzilla, like he has to, and it may not be enough to really like early Kong, because I think Kong is going to get a power up in this movie to make him equal in strength to Godzilla, but I'll talk about that in a second. But I feel like this is an indicator that Godzilla's going to no-sell this punch. Like he's going to take it and he's just going to be like, all right, you want to throw hands? We can throw hands. And then that's when Godzilla's going to really get into like, oh, we're fighting now. Like I feel like that's where it's going to go. I feel like this trailer is very Kong focused, so they had to make him look like he's winning all of the fights. But I feel like Kong is going to get the shit kicked out of him. I don't think there's going to be any clear winner. I don't think any of these kaiju are going to die by any means. I know there's a leaked ending that people are talking about right now. I haven't heard it. Please don't spoil it for me. If I'm putting keywords in the comment section, so if you put them in, you're gonna get banned. Basically, your comment's not gonna go through. So yeah, then like it's very interesting. So Kong looks like he's going from one boat to the other, from what I can tell from this particular trailer. I had that theory when we first talked about this the first time, but again, when I say that because me and my brother pre-filmed a version of this podcast, but the footage and the audio was both lost to me through sending it over. It got corrupted, like the data got corrupted, and I wasn't able to retain it. Basically, it was something wrong with my old computer. I had to get a new one. Long story short, but whatever. So yeah, so I had this theory that Kong was jumping from ship to ship and Godzilla's destroying the ships because he's trying to avoid this fight with Godzilla. He doesn't want to fight Godzilla, but when pushed into a corner, he will fight Godzilla. And that's why he's not 100% giving it his all. He wants Godzilla just to go away. And Godzilla's going to be like, no, bro, we're fighting. And then like he finally gets him off the boat, and that will be where Godzilla will blow up the boat like the way it's shown in the trailer. Like he shoots it and Kong jumps off, and Godzilla's gonna go away. Something's going to summon his attention, whether it's like an orca, Mechagodzilla, or something, and Kong will be able to get away to safety, and then it will take Kong to wherever he needs to be for the end fight of the movie, or like to the Hollow Earth, or where Godzilla will go to go fight possibly Mechagodzilla or something, or maybe even another kaiju, because I think there's going to be multiple kaiju fights in this movie that are not Godzilla versus Kong. I think there's going to be a couple fights to show what each monster can do. Basically what Godzilla can do now in this movie versus the last two to, refresh you. And there's also going to be a lot of, this is what Kong can do. And I feel like this movie is going to be a little bit more Kong focused than what we believe. But from what the director said, we have seen little to nothing of what Godzilla can do in this movie. And then there's this really awesome shot in the trailer. There are two awesome shots back to back, just two really good ones, of Kong jumping off of the boat, but Godzilla blowing it up from the underwater. Not many shots that we get of Godzilla underwater. That one, top tier, baby. Top tier goodness of just Godzilla just being the alpha badass that he's meant to be. Love it. And then this other one of like this Jaws inspired. I'm going to say Jaws inspired. I don't know if it's actually Jaws inspired, but like Godzilla's dorsal plate's just kind of flowing through the water. It reminds me of Lake Placid. Was that the name of that movie? Lake Placid with the giant alligators, where you would see them like swimming and stuff like that. I think that's the name of that movie. If anybody knows the name of that movie, let me know. And then we get in the trailer, we get another clear indication of Mechagodzilla. If you look at the back of this image of this dude, I forgot the name of him. I believe, from what I believe, from the second trailer, he is the son of Serizawa. I think they say it. He could be just related to Serizawa and carry the name, but I believe he is the son of Serizawa. Again, I don't know everything about this movie, so don't come at me. So, so I think that he's going to be the one who is basically an Apex guy. I believe a lot of the people that we're seeing in the movie are Apex. I believe it's him. I believe it's something Skarsgård or whatever. I don't know his name. Joe Skarsgård, whatever. I don't know his name. I forgot his name. Okay, so basically everybody that we see in this trailer, I believe that most of them are I think there's going to be 3 human stories. I think it's going to be Millie Bobby Brown and the kid trying to figure out what's going on with Godzilla. And then there'll be Mark Russell, that guy, Kyle Chandler, I think his name is. And they'll have a connecting story, but they're going to be separated for most of the movie of like, what's going on with Godzilla? Why is he not secretly, why is he attacking Apex, which is my whole thing, because I know the trailer makes it seem like Godzilla is going after people and like wrecking anything, and it's like, no, if you go into the trailer and look and pause it at a certain point, there's like a big paper on there that basically says that Godzilla is attacking Apex bases. So I think that their 2 story will connect together to reveal that Apex has taken control, or they have made Mechagodzilla. And I believe they're doing it with the part with the brain of the brain or the head of Ghidorah. Again, I don't have any kind of spoilers, but I feel like they're going to take also the skeleton of Dagon, I believe his name was the other Godzilla creature from the 2014 movie, the skeleton that we see that the mutos come from, I believe. So I think Mechagodzilla will be an amalgamation of all the movies coming together to come after Godzilla and Kong. So basically, I believe that he will be have the brain of Ghidorah, and he will have the orca put in him as well, and that's what kind of gets Godzilla to go to certain places. And then I believe he will also have the skeleton of Dagon. So basically, it would also be kind of like taking every inspiration of Mechagodzilla and putting them into one monster. So you have basically the element of the alien made Mechagodzilla by having Ghidorah's brain in it. You will have the basically Kiryu skeleton body, if that makes sense. And then you will have the made by human story with him being made by man or Apex. And I feel like they're going to combine it all together to just say, like, this is our brain of Mechagodzilla and stuff like that. I feel like that's how that's going to work. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. And then we get some really awesome shots of Godzilla just looking like a badass, fighting in the city. And then he's also blowing up this Apex base again because he's attacking Apex. He's not just attacking random humans. And I think that's dope, man. I love the idea of just Godzilla just blowing shit up. It's the first time that we've really seen him like going hard in this universe. Like, like really, like every time we really see him, he's really fighting other monsters and defending his territory and things like that. But this will be the first time that we'll see him actually like destroying like cities, like cities or like facilities and drop something, sorry. And like him actually doing like being just a general badass, like really destroying stuff for the sake of destroying stuff, really, because who doesn't like good big explosions? And that's pretty much it for the first trailer. I know, like, oh wait, no, lies, it's not it for the first trailer. Then we get there's some other things I want to talk about. The scene of Kong getting the battle axe that everybody's so keen on him getting it from the plate of Godzilla's dorsal plate. I don't think he's getting it from the dorsal plate of this Godzilla. I think it's made from the spine of another Godzilla, but I believe that he is going to go into the Hollow Earth and learn that there was a war between Godzilla's species and the Kong species. I don't know if they have particular names in the movies, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. He's going to learn there was a great war. Then basically they are the last two of their kind. Basically, I think they're going to say that Dagon and Godzilla were the only two that basically lived out of that war, and Kong's family was the only one that lived out of that war as well. And that Kong's ancestors basically left behind these battle axes, and it's in Kong's birthright to take a battle axe, basically, and kind of King Arthur, but with kaijus. I think that's where it's going. So then we get the shots of like Kong fighting different monsters, and the shot of him picking up the battle axe and like holding it above his head. And I believe that's the moment where Kong is going to get his power up that will make him strong enough to fight Godzilla at the end of the movie. I feel like Godzilla's going to come into this movie being a powerhouse, and he's going to be the stronger of the two, and Kong's going to have to work his way up by fighting other kaiju, getting the battle axe, and then coming at him at the end. Kind of similar to the way that they did at the in King Kong versus Godzilla, where Kong lost most of the fights in that movie, but then won the overall movie, as Toho has stated. Because let's be real, Kong has lost. He lost a lot of those fights in that movie. Knocked out twice. Don't at me. And buried. Disrespected. So yeah, and then there's these other cool shots of them fighting in the city. And then there's that shot of Kong in the Hollow Earth, I'm gonna assume, and then he's on this tower, and you see I believe they're the Hellbats, or the Hellhawks, flying at him, and they're coming to attack him, and you see like this silhouetted Godzilla figure, and if you look at the silhouette, there are multiple battle axes there. From what I remember, there's about 3 or 4 of them, and they're in a row, and they basically make up Godzilla's dorsal plates as in the silhouette, which is really cool. So that means that Kong is not getting it from Godzilla himself. Kong is going to be getting a battle axe for himself. Like, he's going to go retrieve a battle axe. So I think the story of the movie is it's Kong going to get the battle axe while Godzilla's still trying to find Mechagodzilla, who he believes is Ghidorah. I think that's what the premise is. And then they're going to clash, basically. And then there's just more like fighting, like in like there's more just more fighting. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say, but I believe that this guy, the something Skarsgård, I believe he is going to be the protagonist of this movie. I don't think they're going to bring back Jonah from the last movie. I feel like this guy is going to be the bad guy with Serizawa. I believe it's going to be them versus the Russells. If that makes sense. And that's going to be the human story. And then we get more, then the rest of the trailer is just a bunch of cool shots, just going back and back until you get to the final shot of basically Kong whipping that battle axe on Godzilla and slashing him. A lot of people thought that Kong was going for the head, but he's not. He's going to clearly slash him across the chest. If you slow down the trailer short enough, you can kind of see that he's going to slash him down the chest. So now let's hop into trailer 2. Trailer 2 was not as interesting, but it covers a lot of bases that basically trailer 1 goes over. The only thing is that we do get the Toho logo, baby. It's so good to see that logo again. I haven't seen it since 2016 for a Godzilla movie, and it's good to see it again, man. It's so I miss it. I miss my baby. And then we get the Warner Brothers and Legendary logos again. A lot of the shots are pretty much very similar, but the only thing that's a little different, it's a little shorter. It's a 1 minute trailer instead of like a 2 minute and 30-second trailer that we got for the original. And it's basically the same trailer, but it's sped up a little bit. There's a little bit of shots taken out, less of the setup, more of the action, if that makes sense. More of that buildup of it, they're gonna fight, And I think the only thing that's really new in this one is basically the shot of basically Godzilla no selling the punch. Like I said before, he just eats it and he's like, like, no, like, you're gonna hit me? No, I'm gonna fight you. And he just basically just slaps the shit out of Kong. It's the funniest thing. Like, Kong just goes flying from Godzilla's, like, little itty bitty arm. And I think that's just the greatest thing. And then we also get this really cool shot in the trailer of the missiles coming at Godzilla and him kind of, like, dodging the missiles by going underwater, which is so cool. Like, that's really dope to me. The idea of, like, him having some intelligence to him. Like, yes, he can tank these missiles, but that doesn't mean he wants to. You know, he will go out of his way to be like, nah, I'm just gonna dodge this. You know, not today. I'm not gonna take this hit, but I will dodge him. Showing that, you know, Godzilla does have a level of intelligence to him, the same way that Kong will have his intelligence. I know a lot of people like to say that, you know, that Kong is the smarter one of the two, which is possibly correct. More than likely, pea brain versus monkey brain. Monkey brain beats lizard brain, right? So monkey smart, lizard dumb. so yeah, so I think that this is basically just explaining that, you know, Godzilla will have his intelligence as well, and he's not going to be some dumb lizard, which clearly he does have a personality in all the other movies. You could see his brain clicking and working as things are happening around him. Yeah, so what else is different in this trailer? Besides that, the beautiful shot of the underwater. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, we do learn that this is Serizawa's son. His name is Serizawa. I forgot the first name. Again, don't at me. I'm a dad of a newborn. Remembering things is not my strong suit at this point. So, yeah, so we do learn that this guy is Serizawa. I don't know if he's exactly his son or not. But, you know, it is something to take away. Yeah, then there's that shot of Kong just getting bitch slapped, and it's so good. I don't know why I find that shot. Oh, yeah, there's also the shot of Kong not Kong, Godzilla blowing up the Apex base. I believe this has I think this is in the same vein as the shot of Godzilla blowing up the base, like that Apex base. I think it's almost going to be in like a montage of like them showing like, oh, Godzilla destroyed this base and Godzilla destroyed that base, and I'm like, why is Godzilla doing this? And I think this is just going to be a part of that montage scene of basically them talking about Godzilla and why is he doing this. Also, I feel like Godzilla has been slimmed down a little bit again. Like he looks even slimmer than the last time we saw him, but still a big beefy boy at the same time. But he still looks a little bit slimmer than the last time we saw him. And I think everything from trailer 2, that's it. I think everything else is pretty much very similar. It's very much the same. The only thing that's different is the release date. It looks like, I believe they're getting it in May and we're getting it in March. So it's like a week difference. We're getting it first and they're getting it after. So that's interesting. Wonder why? I think because maybe theirs is going into theaters and ours is not. No, wait. Godzilla vs. Kong is going into theaters. I have no idea. I have no idea why that's happening. So now let's talk the new trailer. The new trailer has so much new footage. Looks so good. Oh, man. Even for this, like, compressed, like, Instagram trailer, which, when are we getting the official, like 4K version of this? Where is that? That's what I want to watch. I don't want to watch this Instagram filter trailer, like, with the text in the middle. I don't need all that. Just give me these shots in full HD where I can enjoy it for myself, please. So yeah, so the first shot is of this like Kong like roaring, like he's doesn't seem too happy about being in the shackles until this little girl shows up again, and it's like, yo, bro, chill out, drink your water, drink your water and chill the fuck out, basically. And then we get the original shot of Godzilla going through the water and like wrecking through this boat, but it's a little extended, so you do see a little bit more of the boat just getting railed through, and that's scary. Again, that's Titanic levels of scary. You're on a boat and Godzilla's just coming at you and you have no way to avoid him. So you basically got to tank it. And then how do you you're dead. Like everybody in the middle of that boat is dead. Possibly everybody in that boat is dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just know that death is coming at you in the shape of a giant 400-foot lizard. That's scary. And then we get this new shot, which is so cool. This idea that when I first saw the trailer, the original trailer, I was like, man, Godzilla's just hitting the boat and it's just gonna knock Kong back, and that's kind of boring. Like, it wasn't really as exciting. But then I saw this trailer and I was like, oh no, Kong's going under. Like, Godzilla's gonna flip this boat and Kong's gonna be kind of screwed, while Godzilla's going to go on the offensive and kind of attack him while he's underwater. That's so interesting. Like, this is the second time where we saw Godzilla bringing an enemy into his world so he can have the upper hand, and that's so cool. Like, in the context of, like, you know, like, he knows where he fights best and he will bring you to those places so that he could fuck you up, you know, like, lack of better term, but like, that's so cool, man. And like the idea of like Kong struggling, like, he's like, no, bro, I want to stay on land. And Godzilla's like, nah, bro, you're coming down to fight me. And then I guess that's when I believe like Kong will start trying to jump ship. Like, he will try to move from one of those giant ships to the other one, because I think in the trailer we saw that there's two of them, and I feel like he's going to be moving from ship to ship, and Godzilla's going to be chasing him from ship to ship until they finally get to the big like fighter jet, and that's when they will actually fight and then go their separate ways. And then what else happens in this trailer? God, I gotta remember. I believe it's the punch. Then we see, oh yeah, we see this new shot of Godzilla blowing the atomic breath in this in that lit up Japan city, I believe it is, and that looks so good, man. Godzilla just looks alpha as fuck. This trailer really does put the emphasis that Godzilla will be the stronger one of the two, and Kong will be trying to catch up to him in strength, basically, because that's how I feel this movie should go, or I mean, how the movie will go. That basically that Kong is not the stronger of the two, he's the smarter of the two, and he will use his intelligence to fight Godzilla off, while Godzilla will be brute force abusing this man, this monkey man. And then we see the shot of basically Kong getting his ass whooped. He basically gets tail whipped in his trailer, and it looks so good, man. It looks like he's down for the count. I think that Kong is going down in this trailer, and I think that's what they mean by one will fall. I think that Kong will be the one to fall to Godzilla. I don't think they're going to necessarily make Kong look weak or Kong look like a bitch in any sense of the word, like they did Rodan. I think like it's going to be more like Kong is going to lose the fight, but he's not going to lose the respect of Godzilla. I think he's going to earn the respect of Godzilla, and they're basically going to go their separate ways. I think Kong will be the one to basically get defeated, but he won't be killed. I feel like they're going to use Kong for a sequel or some sort of, not a sequel to this necessarily movie, but give him his own franchise, and while they sort out what they're going to be doing with Godzilla moving forward. And I also feel like the humans will walk away with some kind of power, knowing that they can create giant monsters as well, which will lead into sequels going to the future. I feel like Mechagodzilla is not going to be the last stop for the humans. I feel like they're going to try to make more. They're going to have DNA, and they're going to go, fuck it, we're just going to create whatever we want now. We have DNA. Hopefully they'll get like some DNA of Godzilla of some sort, and maybe some DNA of Kong, and they'll just try to make more monsters. Hopefully not more mechs, because if you see one mech, you basically see all mechs. So hopefully the next one will be like an engineered like Gigan kind of thing, or engineered Biollante by this group of Apex people. Again, I have no idea what's going on in this movie. This is complete speculation. I am talking extremely out of my ass. So if I'm completely wrong, I won't own up to it, but we won't know for another month and a half. So yeah, so then there's that shot of the Apex dudes looking at Kong, and he is knocked out. Like, that man is out. And I think they're gonna believe that Kong is dead, or Kong is defeated, and their plan basically fails to get Kong to kill Godzilla. And I feel like that's when they deploy Mechagodzilla, and Mechagodzilla will be the last thing to the last battle, basically. I think it's gonna go Kong is going to have a series of fights. Godzilla's going to have a series of destruction scenes. And then they're going to meet again in this final place where the humans have set it up for them to fight. They fight. Godzilla wins. Kong is defeated and weakened. That's when Godzilla will fight Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla will show up and be like, "Oh, you're weak and tired. I'm here to fight you." And then that's when we will get Godzilla fighting Mechagodzilla, and Mechagodzilla will try to defeat Godzilla. I don't know if Godzilla's gonna win, or I think maybe Mechagodzilla might win, and then together Kong and Godzilla will defeat Mechagodzilla together. Or maybe even like Kong comes in with a last minute save, a battle axe to the back or something. You know what I mean? Like just to like kind of like make it dramatic, you know, like, oh, Godzilla's gonna die to Mechagodzilla, no, and then Kong with the axe, sure, I'll save the day, and that's how he earns his respect back, by defeating Mechagodzilla in a weakened state. I think that might be what happens. Also, I think that wound by the battle axe is going to really hinder Godzilla in that battle against Mechagodzilla, and Mechagodzilla will extort that to the fullest extent of like trying to like basically, you know, like tell, like, you know, use that open wound as a weakness for him. I'm speculating so hard. And then there's a couple more shots of like basically Kong getting his ass whooped. There's like a few more shots of like Kong like getting like bruised up by Godzilla. He gets pushed into a building. I think he gets slapped again. We get the shot of the girl, I forgot her name, of telling Kong to be careful, and Kong like looks kind of like, I don't know if this scene is shot together, like shot to shot, like that's the scene, but the way it's edited, I will say with my speculation, I believe it might be the same scene where Kong is like, yo, got time to get focused, and that's when he goes into like fight mode. And then we get the shot of Kong jumping from one ship to another ship, which, how do these ships hold this weight? I need to know. Someone explain it to me, man. Someone please explain to me how these ships are holding the weight. Anybody knows? Let me know, man. I need to know. I want to know. Someone tell me. What's the story? So yeah, so that's basically it for all three trailers, man. Really, I am really, really, really excited for this trailer, man. I don't know how many times I could say it. If you guys haven't already, pre-order your stuff, man. Go pre-order everything. I pre-ordered the Funkos. I pre-ordered the monster arts. I have everything for this movie pre-ordered because I am so excited. I even want the little like Playmates figures as well because I am obsessed with this movie. I've been waiting for this movie since basically 2014. I'm so excited. I need this movie to happen like right now. The fact that it's so close to being like released is crazy to me. Because I know we weren't supposed to get it until like May or something like that, and then like now it's pushed up to like literally March 31st, which I believe in the last trailer this is the first time we're actually seeing the release date. So I am so excited. Oh man, I don't know. So you know what, guys, I'm going to cut it here. I feel like I've been talking for a while now. I think we're at like 45 minutes. So I think that's a good place to stop. If you have any theories or anything that you want to talk about Godzilla versus Kong related, or if you have any suggestions for stuff I can talk about in the next one, let me know, man. I would love to get your feedback. If you guys even enjoyed this, let me know, man. I want to know everything. Let me know. Yeah, so if you think, you know, like Godzilla's going to win, you think Kong's going to win, you think Mechagodzilla's not in the movie, which clearly he is. I'm just joking. You know, like whatever your theories are, let me know, man. But make sure it's theories. Don't spoil the movie for people. And if you are, put a giant spoiler tag. I won't be reading it. I'll probably deny the thing. Please, just be cruel. I mean, don't be cruel. Be cruel. Spoil the movie. No, don't do that. Please don't. You know, I want to go in with as little as knowledge as possible. That's why I haven't been like combing through the trailers like with like a fine-tooth comb. I just kind of like look at them and go, oh, look, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. That's something I could talk about. But other than that, I'm going to go. So yeah, so let's raise a glass. Let's say cheers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.